When we return to our planet, the High Court may well sentence you to torture.
He likes movies, we like movies. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world. Septum Sin versus the world.
I'd buy that for $1.
Greetings! You're watching Septum Sen vs. the World. I'm Septum Sen, this is Kotobuki Jake,
Hey?
and we're here to show you what we got.
Yeah.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got. Oh boy.
The beach.
So, this time we decided to do a couple of pickups. I had originally made a plan, we're going to do a bunch of beach-related pickups, but then he had forgotten his pickups with it, but so it inspired him to get more pickups.
Yes.
So it's
What a
pickups.
dangerous inspiration.
It's pickups at the beach, as opposed to beach-related pickups for him. Mine, I increased it to 5 from 3, so it's all beach-related pickups plus 1 pickup from the beach.
Right.
You know, DVDs we found laying around on the beach when we were here.
See, unfortunately, we are suffering from the sort of a running joke for our trip of you can't plan on vacation. and also the whole, well, when you're on vacation, you do what you do want to do sort of thing, which this has been a dangerous one. I actually don't have all of my pickups here. You'll see some more later. But are we ready to lead off on this?
You're the lead this time. Go for it.
And I'm going to lead with something that, strictly speaking, isn't media, but it's media related. But this is the biggest single pickup. Yeah, probably the biggest single of my shirts. And actually, let's go ahead. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. We were at Roanoke Island, Manteo yesterday, so I was at a place called Lost Colony, the Lost Colony Brewery.
Well, they were.
Yeah, and let's see if we can show you the shirt, if you can somehow see it. Tell me if I need to... Can they see it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, there
so.
you go.
Yeah, they can. I
Okay.
can't tell as well with my sunglasses on.
So they have shirts for individual brews. They brew their own stuff, and I, of course, looking at the menu, I had to get the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch Imperial Stout. So got a shirt for it too. It's pretty cool. But the other big one,
My goodness, that's a big one, yeah.
yeah, physically a big one. Everyone knows Monopoly is like way too many, but I saw My Hero Academia. I could not pass it up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know when I'll get to play this, but one of my favorite features, if you know the series at all, I love how Boardwalk is All Might and Mediterranean is depowered All Might. It's so appropriate.
Let's see, what are the pieces we've got here?
The pieces, we have Eraserhead's visor, the grenade glove, Deku's mask, the dummy bomb, Shigaraki's hand, and the UA sigil.
Interesting.
So yes, it is going to be kind of fun. I think this will be a good whenever we get to play it eventually. But, yep.
So I only got one pickup, and I saw it, and I thought, well, you know, I've never heard of this movie before. And then I looked it up on Amazon, and they wanted almost $20 for it. Which I'm like, $20 for a DVD? Good lord! But this was $5, and that is Tom Hanks and the man with one red shoe. I've never heard of it, but it's early Tom Hanks. You got Jim Belushi, you've got Laurie Singer, Carrie Fisher.
Charles Darney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, very good cast there. I can't wait to see it. That's a really cool
That was at Dollar General, wasn't it?
Yeah, and not at
Yeah.
the beach. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not on the beach, but I picked it up on the beach.
We went into a little toy store that was really interesting. They had a lot of crazy stuff. But most of my remaining ones for this go round were also from Dollar General. They had some good stuff and some good prices. As you'll see, I'm starting off here with a film by Danny DeVito that I've only seen once and I wasn't blown away by it, but I've heard it's a really good movie, and it's one of those ones on my list if I wanted to give it another go. And it's only $3, so what the hell? And this is a movie not only featuring but directed by Danny DeVito, and it's actually part of a filmmaker's signature series, and it's called The War of the Roses. Also features Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. And of course, I grew up with the Romancing the Stone movies, and I've always loved them. And this is basically the main cast of those movies, but in a very different story. It's kind of what came later, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Where this couple now, the romance is gone, and they pretty much hate each other, and it's like a long, drawn-out, messy divorce kind of movie. It's supposed to be very darkly funny. DeVito's films often are so dark that they're dark. I mean, I've also seen Death to Smoochie, and
Oh yeah.
I think I saw another one he directed, but I think he directed Matilda, which was his take on a kids film, but still kind of dark. But I'm looking forward to seeing that again. And $3 new. I was like, well, why not?
So we got to do beach movies. That's what I did. So I said I'd pick out some beach movies. This one's been in my collection for a while, but I have not shown it off. And the same with the sequel. And that is Weekend at Bernie's. This is a classic. I got it for like $5 at Walmart. But it's a classic beach movie. It's in New York, which I don't know why there's palm trees. I mean, I don't think they're native to that area.
No, they're not even, those palm trees aren't even native where they filmed it, which apparently a lot of this was filmed just a little bit south of here.
So you see, that's more apt. So, we're at the Outer Banks right now. I don't mind telling you because we're not going to be here by the time we do get this posted.
And there are native palms here, which we have encountered on multiple occasions.
Oh, yeah.
However, they are trunkless shrub palms that do not constitute trees.
Now, there are a few palm trees that are here, but I don't think they're native.
They're planted, yes.
But hey, they managed to still maintain that size here, which they can't do in Virginia.
No, but the ones with the tall, skinny trunks, no.
But still fun.
Yeah.
They towed around a dead guy. It probably wouldn't hold up today, but we just watched this not too long ago. It was fun. It was a fun revisit.
I nodded off a little bit, but it was still good times. I love how they have these big rotating parties where people just show up and they come to Bernie's house and nobody even suspects he's dead.
That's because he's wasted all the time.
He's wasted all the time, and they're that shallow and self-absorbed that they just don't even notice. It's like, it's kind of sad, really. So, next up, speaking of parties, this sounds like a heck of a party. I found a Blu-ray for $2 that was new. This is a documentary directed by Ron Howard, and it's basically a sort of behind the scenes about a festival created by and headlining Jay-Z. And it's called Made in America. And so let's look at this. You got Jay-Z, Gary Clark Jr., the Janelle Monáe, Rita Ora, Passion Pit, Pearl Jam, Run DMC, Skrillex, and that's just the people on the cover I'm familiar with. Some of them are pretty badass. So I'm like, I love collecting documentaries. I love some concert films. Ah, damn it! I just realized Kanye West is in here as well. Whatever. So I'll have to sit through some Kanye. That sucks. but
Kanye
the
is a talented individual.
He is talented, but he is not as talented as he believes he is.
He's not fully like together. Being polite.
This is a man who has said he is God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no respect for Kanye's self-love and certain individuals with whom he shares that trait that he is. But anyway, some of these people, Gary Clark Jr., Janelle Monáe, they are both very talented individuals. Jay-Z is very talented. And I saw this for $2. I was like, why the hell not?
All right, so you can't have Weekend with Bernie's without Weekend at Bernie's 2. This one takes place, let's see here. Does it say where it takes place? This happens like right after. Okay, they're at the Virgin Islands. Apparently Bernie. Oh, I know how it happens. Bernie's corpse starts in New York, but because it gets magicked by some voodoo priests to find a treasure, it ends up migrating to the Virgin Islands.
Oh, Barry Bostwick's in that one? Oh.
And of course, our friends are back at it again. So, I enjoyed it. I'm not many people really enjoyed this, but I enjoy it. It's good, harmless fun. And they're just the fun films to watch.
All right. So, speaking of fun films to watch, I am very much looking forward to this fall's release of the Downton Abbey movie. So, I do have seasons 1 through 4 of this series, but not the last 2. And that kind of annoys me that I still am missing one of them. However, this Dollar General actually had a copy of one of the seasons new on Blu-ray, and I was like, well, okay, I have to do it. And so for $15, I got the 6th and final season, which actually works out well because I kind of want to mainline this one to get ready for the movie. I've seen it before, but get it fresh in my memory. I wasn't going to try and watch all 6 seasons again. One day. But in case you are somehow unfamiliar with this series, basically takes place in a massive British manor house and features this large and sprawling cast, both the family and the servants, and the Crawley family and their servants and their extended family. Features Hugh Bonneville, Brendan Coyle, Laura Carmichael, Jim Carter, etc., etc., etc. Of course, the brilliant Maggie Smith is the matriarch, if you will, of the family. Written and created by Gillian Fellows, the guy who wrote Gosford Park, and has written some great novels. I've read one called Snobs that was pretty good. So I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. Like I said, very much looking forward to the movie. I'm now one away from the whole series in my collection.
All right.
Yes.
Well, my next one is fairly well acclaimed, and that stars Matt Dillon, Richard Crenna, Hector Elizondo, and Jessica Walter, the Flamingo Kid, which does take place on a beach resort. So I said, good. I was working hard to find beach-related films that I haven't presented yet, and this was definitely on my list to present. So I don't know much about this, but I've heard a lot about it, so I am curious.
All right. And so my last one, I have to admit, I actually did exercise an extraordinary amount of willpower because there were a lot of films. They had a large selection.
They had that Cagney set you almost got.
I almost got a Cagney set for $10, only to find out it was double labeled and the $15 price was apparently non-negotiable, which is annoying. But in all fairness, I
tricked you.
Yeah, I know. In all fairness, I probably would have gotten it if I wasn't trying to be good, but I was trying to. But the last one I got is one that I actually am fairly amazed I did not yet have. But partly I was kind of waiting either for a better edition or a really awesome price. And I ended up with the latter, $5 for this movie on Blu-ray. And that is the most recent, I believe at this point, most recent. But certainly the last one that I have not yet acquired by the brothers Coen, Joel and Ethan Coen. And this is called Hail Caesar. And this just has a pretty incredible cast. You got Josh Brolin, George Clooney, Alden Ehrenreich, Ray Fine, Jonah Hill, Scarlett Johansson, Frances McDormand, Tilda Swinton, Channing Tatum, etc., etc., etc. You've got a bunch of folks in there. Some of them are Coen Brothers regulars. Some of them were there for the first time. The film is a love letter to the 1950s Hollywood, the end of the golden age, if you will. And it is kind of a sprawling mess of a film. It's not their most coherent film, really, and it kind of goes off the rails occasionally. But they dive headlong into their... Basically, Josh Brolin plays a fixer on a Hollywood movie set, and he goes around fixing things. He goes around basically trying to keep people out of trouble, trying to get them to placate directors, to get actors to work together who wouldn't work together. If a young starlet finds herself suddenly pregnant, he has to finesse the situation, that sort of thing. And because of this, the film dives headlong into spot-on recreations of several period genre films. You got George Clooney is the star of a big Roman sword and sandals epic called Hail Caesar. You got Scarlett Johansson's in a, I don't remember what the shorthand for that genre was, but it was like a song and dance musical sort of mermaid kind of film. Channing Tatum was in a musical as well that was sort of like a bunch of army boy or sailors, a bunch of sailors on leave. And if I remember correctly, that was one of my favorite musical numbers in the thing. I loved it. And then you also had Ray Fine was the super snooty director of this sort of period romance drama where Alden Ehrenreich is like this Western cowboy type, is forced into the lead role of the film. And the frustration that Fine has in trying to get this cowboy to act like a urbane... Fine deserved some Oscar love for this film. He was so good. But it was fun. And I am very happy to finally have it. Very happy to have it for $5. It's good times.
I've had my copy for a while, but it is one of the few Coen films I have yet to see.
You haven't seen it yet? Ah.
And speaking of films I have not seen, we have the final of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies until they reboot it, Dead Man's Chest. Is it Dead Man's Chest? No, Dead Man Tell No Tales. See, I don't even remember the title. It's been that bad.
Many people didn't.
It's the last of the Johnny Depp ones. I have not seen it. I can't get anybody to watch it with me because it's got such a bad reputation.
I haven't. I've already seen it.
Usually from what I've heard, it's not terrible. It's just not great.
Yeah, meh.
So, you know, good on that. I hope the reboot works well for the series. But now I have the completion of this one. So if it doesn't, I don't have any worries about wanting to get it.
My biggest thing with Dead Men Tell No Tales is I thought they wasted Javier Bardem. I did not think that they gave him all that much to work with. Oh well.
Well, this has been our last video from the Outer Banks, which is a North Carolina stretch of land that is surrounded by water, essentially. We're on a big island, essentially. And we've got water actually back that way where our beach house is. We're in a pretty large beach house that we've rented with friends. And we've got ocean to the back of us, which I'm going to leave you all with a nice shot of. So let's stand up. I'm going to take the camera down and I will show you all our view. You might want to move. Yeah. Over. Over. You don't have to be in the shot. So we're going to take that down there so you guys can see the ocean pretty well from where we're sitting. It looks cool. But we will see you on the next one.
Bye.